Hey, this is Matt with Mountain Stream Teas, and today we're doing a quick video on the big differences that you can see from gardens that use agrochemicals and those that don't. So today we are in Reishui, in a very familiar area. We do a lot of videos here. And one of the things about this area is that there's a lot of gardens sort of side by side, and some of them are agrochemical free, organic, regenerative, whatever words you want to use for that type of stuff, low intervention, and some are actually quite high intervention. What we're looking at right here is a garden that is low intervention. So how can you tell that it is a clean garden? Well, there's certain things you can tell. So for example, you got plants growing up in the tea leaves. So right here, I'm standing right here, I've got one kind of plant, two different kinds of plants, right? Biodiversity. Then over here, we got three different kinds of plants right here. Now, if a garden is heavily sprayed with agrochemicals, you're not getting biodiversity. So right here in this area, just right here, we got three different kinds of plants. Now, as you can see behind me, that's pretty consistent throughout the entire garden. That's number one. Number two, you're going to be able to see bug bites all throughout the tea bushes. So you're going to be able to see bug bites. You're also going to see that the tea leaves are a little bit lower, right? So the tea leaves are not very, very leggy. They're not coming up very, very high. They're a little bit lower. You're also going to get a lot of different colors in the tea leaves. You're not going to get a uniformity. The tea leaves themselves are going to be different colors, different shades of green. Some are going to have a bunch of bugs having bitten them. Some are going to be just sort of pristine and beautiful. But you're going to have a mix. There is a cosmopolitan nature to the tea leaves. There's no uniformity. Now that's this garden right here, and a quick sort of little view of what it should look like. But why don't we head over across the street and see a garden that is much more, well, there's much more agrochemicals used there, a lot more intervention. But let's go take a look. So we've just walked a short way and we are now in a conventional garden. Now this garden, when you're evaluating gardens to see whether they are agrochemical free, high intervention, lots of agrochemicals or low intervention, not very many agrochemicals. I've told you a couple of the ways to do it. Now look at this garden, right? First thing you notice, pops out at you. There's nothing else growing here. It's just the tea leaves, right? There's a few of these vines, and these guys here, these are called Xiaohua manzilan. Now there's a few of these vines around. This is quite a nauseous plant and quite a, well, it survives well. It's an invasive species. So sometimes you do see these around, even in highly chemical sprayed gardens. Another thing you can notice, look at the yield, right? There's so many fresh plants coming up. And look at the size of these teas as they come up. The legginess of these is quite dramatic. Now you usually only get this, tea plants that look like this, when you're using a lot of agrochemical fertilizers. Also too, the leaves are beautiful. They're uniform. They're all sort of the same color. They all look great. There's very, very few bug bites. Again, that usually denotes a too good to be true agrochemical use. But this plantation here, this tea plantation here is definitely not a place where we buy our teas from. And getting a little nervous in this one. Why don't we go back to that organic garden for a second? So we're back in the organic garden, and I'll tell you, I'm a lot more comfortable being in this one. So there you have it, some easy ways of telling whether a garden is high intervention with agrochemicals or low intervention with agrochemicals. Now, these are not firm and fast rules, but biodiversity, uniformity of leaves, bug bites, extremely high yields. These are all very, very good tells to know whether a garden is high intervention or low intervention. But thanks for watching. If you have any other questions about this, you can get in touch with us on Facebook, on Instagram, or you can always write us an email on the website. If you like these videos and want to keep them coming, you can always visit the website. You might be able to want to buy some tea. That always gives us gas money to come out to these beautiful places and do more of these videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next video.